This mutation is called Inordinate Response, and it is being played on Scythe of Amon. We have two mutators active. We have Power Overwhelming, and we have Avenger. Now, these two mutators are really annoying. Power Overwhelming is probably one of the most annoying mutators that I have played against. Well, one of the most annoying. I have gotten Black Hole, Seeker Missile, Yamato Cannon, like all in one go. It's just not very pleasant. And Avenger basically just makes enemy units stronger, and you can get some very interesting interactions. Now, the strategy that's going to be utilized over here is going to be the Mengsk cheese that exists on this mission. So, the reason why I wanted to do it is, A, I don't really enjoy playing up against these mutators. They're not very fun to play against. That's the first reason I'm showing this video. And the other reason is because I don't think I have shown the Mengsk cheese on this mission. It's not really a cheese, it's just a strategy that Mengsk uses that can quickly clear this mission. I have mentioned it as part of the Fast Expand guides on this channel, on the Scythe of Amon, saying why like taking the sliver first is probably going to slow you down. So I just want to try, I wanted to use this mutation as an excuse, so to speak, to show you how to actually cheese this mission with Mengsk. So we're going to have a look at the masteries over here. Both players are level 1000 Ascension, or as the Co-op Discord says, 1k ass. So we have the conscript support, we have the terrible damage, and we have the starting mandate. For Karax, we have the unit cost reduction, the repair beam, and the spear for dune energy. Now, what will probably be more useful if the unit cost reduction was transferred into the structure HP mastery instead. Karax is going to be, this mission is going to be obviously one based, but you're going to go for a full static defense build. It might be better to go for the structure HP. It's not really much of an issue for either of the commanders. So, the first bunker that comes down from your starting mandate comes down over here, and you unload your bunker and just basically use it to improve your economy. So, to deal with the first attack wave, you will basically just put down some more bunkers, and then you'll just conscript some of these workers and convert them to troopers to deal with this first attack wave. Now, the other goal for Mengsk is to try and take up as quickly as possible to get your Imperial Witnesses out, because you need those Imperial Witnesses to get your mandate so that you can deal with the first Void Sliver. And the first Void Sliver you're going to be using, you're going to be taking out, is going to be this one.
Is under attack.
So you can see here we have a bunch of Adepts, and this attack wave is going to be an air composition, so you're going to need a bunch of rocket troopers, but as soon as you get the range upgrade, and rocket troopers themselves have a good range anyway, it should not be too much of a problem when it comes to dealing with the attack waves, especially once Karax starts to ramp up. Now, you can see that Mengsk is going for the amplified airwaves upgrade, and you really want to get that upgrade as quickly as possible, so that will allow you to spam your ultimate abilities very, very frequently in the mission. Additionally, what you also want to do is, I don't think it's showing up over here, there's an issue here with the how upgrades are being researched, is you want to get your trooper pods upgrade. So what you're going to do is, once this upgrade is done, you are going to drop one trooper at this void sliver to just provide explored vision, because that will allow you to drop your bunkers. You're going to give it a few seconds. I'm going to show you that as it happens right now, because there's going to be a trooper. So there's going to be a trooper that will be dropped over here, and you want to make sure this trooper dies. And then these units over here, you want to wait for them to go back to their original positions before you drop your bunkers. If you drop a bunker instantly, those units are going to aggro, and bad stuff is going to happen to you. Now that those units have actually de-aggroed and moved back to their positions, you can drop down 2 bunkers, and these bunkers will end up clearing out this first Void Sliver. So that is the first Void Sliver that will be cleared up. And in the meanwhile, what you're going to do is you're going to spend the rest of the time just continuously building up the rest of your supply over here. So you're going to just keep making more, you're going to make more conscripts, you're going to keep getting the rest of your research. So we have the fortified Neo Steel armor upgrade now coming out, and just improving the quality of your bunkers and whatnot. So over here now, this Void Sliver will end up going down. Karax is just continuously ramping up, building up some more static defense as time goes on, and we can see here there's just a repositioning of this Imperial Witness to just get some more coverage area onto this side. So when troopers start to build these Earth Splitters, you get even a little bit more value out of that. So Earth Splitters now will be coming down, and these Earth Splitters will be used to try and take up this sliver and this sliver. And what Mengsk will be using, he'll be using his nuclear annihilation to clear out the rest of these Void Slivers. Now, the other thing to also note is you can use the Zerg cooldown to take out this one instead of the nuke, and you can then nuke Zerg, and then you can have these two with Earth Splitters, and that makes the mission a little bit faster. But remember, there's Power Overwhelming here, and there's Avenger, so the Zerg option is not really viable over here, because it's almost certain that the Zerg will get skilled, and they will not be able to deal damage. So that does slow down the mission progress a little bit. But all in all, should not be too bad. Mengsk is now almost at 100 mandate that he needs to be able to use the next ability over here. So Mengsk is going to get ready to drop a trooper down, and as soon as the trooper gets dropped, he's going to drop a nuke onto this Void Sliver, and that Void Sliver will end up cleared out. So again, there's a little bit more harass on this side. Mengsk is getting ready to use the ability. Down comes the trooper, and instantly a nuke gets dropped onto this Void Sliver, and that Void Sliver ends up going down. So that is a Void Sliver completely cleared. So now Mengsk is going to start building these artillery over here, and for the most part I think should be okay. So a few more of these workers now should be they'll be dropped onto these Earth Splitters, and you can see one of the lesser seen interactions is that these energizers actually affect the Earth Splitters as well. They can actually charge up and increase the attack rate of the Earth Splitters, which also makes them a little bit more effective. But you can see Mengsk just continuously building up a few more artillery, just making sure that he has enough of Earth Splitters now to get the range that he needs to start clearing out this Void Sliver, because it's going to be a while before the nuclear annihilation is going to be ready. Usually at this point what you'd want to do is build up enough mandate and then use a Zerg to clear out. So you'd build a bunch of Earth Splitters, clear out this Void Sliver, and by that time you'll have enough energy to use a Zerg to clear out that Void Sliver. But remember, you have these Mutators active, it's not really enough to... They're probably going to end up getting skilled with a black hole, and it just feels bad. They just end up getting killed off. And now there are a few random assault troopers are being dropped through some random waypoints that were not reallocated, but that's no real big deal. Those units are indeed expendable, even though they say otherwise. You can see just the range of these bunkers are really, really good, and combined with the Karax's repair beam, you should have no problems dealing with any of these things. There is another defensive drone that gets dropped here, and this is why this is going to be a little bit annoying. These defensive drones end up running out of energy really quickly because there are a large number of rocket troopers over there. And now the Earth Splitters are going to start shelling away on this Void Sliver, and this Void Sliver will end up going down. Few more Earth Splitters are as well being dropped and being created right now for Mengsk. Mengsk is just making sure that he has more than enough Earth Splitters to end up clearing out the areas over here. Now the other thing as well that Karax can do is he can actually use his call downs, but again, it's not really important for Karax to do anything except just defend. You can see lots of shelling going on here, and this Void Sliver will end up getting cleaned out reasonably quickly. And Mengsk not even defending, not really spending any resources in doing anything except clearing out the Void Slivers. So just in the production tab, we can see just Earth Splitters and Levers, and there's basically nothing else to commentate over here. You just basically build Earth Splitters until this thing goes down, and you can see now that you're going to be setting at 100 mandate. So as soon as this Earth Splitter comes down, what you can do, as soon as this Sliver comes down, you can actually drop a Trooper and drop a Zerg call down and to clear out this Void Sliver. But again, I will reiterate, do not do this on this mutation, because that is not a very wise idea. But you can see how quickly you can actually clear this mission, because once this Sliver goes down to the Zerg call down, you use your Earth Splitters to start clearing out this Void Sliver. But because that is not an option, the Earth Splitters now are going to get retargeted onto this Void Sliver to start clearing this thing out, while the nuclear annihilation gets reset. You can see there's 10 minutes on the timer, lots of Earth Splitters already shelling away, and more Earth Splitters on the way. And this is why Mengsk is completely ridiculous on this mission, and pretty much any other mission that is being played. So, lots of shelling going on over here. Immortal panicking around, does not know where to go. There is an Ultralisk that's also panicking a little bit, but you can see just the damage output from these units. These Earth Splitters are just absolutely insane, and this Void Sliver will also end up being cleared out reasonably quickly. Even though, you know, people think it's just 100 damage, but it's 100 damage in this area. It's just really, really powerful. And you can see here Karax taking advantage of the vision that's provided by these Earth Splitters to weaken this attack wave before it gets to the base over here. And you can see a few more orbital strikes now already ready. And now Mengsk is ready to drop onto the final Void Sliver and clear out this area. You can see there's a rally point that gets set, and an Assault Trooper gets dropped down, and there is a nuclear annihilation onto this Void Sliver. Unfortunately, there is 120 HP that gets left onto that Void Sliver, which is a huge issue. There's a ping here from Mengsk being like, please poke this Void Sliver because this thing is almost dead, because it is. Usually, this was just basically unlucky that, you know, one of the missiles probably dropped really far away, but Karax is there, ends up dropping a few more orbital strikes, and ends up cleaning up that Void Sliver. That's pretty much this mission completely cheese. But hopefully this replay just shows you how to deal with this mission as Mengsk. I wanted to do it because I don't like playing against these mutators. I thought it would be a good idea to just show you how to play Mengsk on this mission. There's a lot of screen shake over there, but those are all the Void Slivers down, and that is Mengsk completely cheesing his way through yet another mission. And that is GG.